everybody, and welcome to Project Talk with James and Glenn, your most fabulous, famous, fun, favorite, funny. I was just trying to think all the good F words. Stream for Sunday afternoon, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Glenn from Fun King 3D, and with me, of course, is my brother from another mother, James.
Shalom.
So I'd like to say that we were late because James was looking for a cable, but really we were late because I was playing Minecraft and got like a little bit sidetracked and lost track of time.
Okay, so serious question. Would anybody be opposed or would anybody be interested in if Glenn and I were to spend one stream, like not every stream, but like start with one stream where he and I play Minecraft together while chatting with you guys?
Oh, that'd be interesting. But I wouldn't be able to cheat in front of everybody.
That's okay. The camera would suddenly like lose sync for a minute.
I'd be like, what are you typing? How come you all of a sudden got all those diamonds? Oh, so let me run down the chat real quick. We got Dan, and it looks like Dan was the first one in here today, so he gets bragging rights for being first. Alan Osborne, Clint. Clint says he's audio only today due to being at work. So if you want to say anything about Clinton, you don't want him to see it, just put it in the chat. Uncle Ron is here. Sergio HVAC 8 is here. Ollie is with us. A Trickster is here. 24/7 Hinky. I'm trying to skip all of the repeats. Brian Vines is here. Nadav is here. Alan King is here. Shane Grant, Game Critic is here. He hasn't been in there for a while. Scott Hack Monkey. We got a non-fam in here. Tom Llama. Anna's in here. Bob Carnes. Did I say Uncle Ron? I had to have said Uncle Ron. He's up there like 13 times. And that's it. That's all the shout outs. Unless somebody really special comes in. Oh, so how's your week, Mr. James?
It was ups and downs. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't the best week I've ever had. How about you?
Well, not bad, not bad. A little tired today. We took a big trip to the IKEA yesterday and bought Zach a bunch of new furniture. So I spent all day yesterday and most of today cleaning his room and putting together furniture. So I'm a little beat. That stuff is heavy. It's amazing. I mean, mad props to them for being able to pack that stuff down into such flat boxes, and it generally goes together pretty well. I have built a ton, no pun intended, of IKEA furniture. And I'm always impressed at the way that they come up with to put things together. But, oh my, camera just grayed out there for a second.
Well, that's what we do when we're playing Minecraft.
What's that?
That's what it'll do when we're playing Minecraft.
Yeah, I haven't rebooted this computer in like 2 or 3 weeks now, so it's probably due. But I was playing with Zach, and I said to him, listen, bud, I got to quit in like 5 minutes. I got to get ready to stream. And then he quit, and I was finishing up what I was doing. And all of a sudden, I look, and it's 4:25, and I'm like, oh, balls. So, and I still had to go put on the, proper apparel.
Shout out to Bob Carnes, who built my Space Invaders clone into the case that was. Who designed that case? I'm trying to think. Alien 3D is distributing it, but I'm trying to remember who actually did the work on it now. I feel like a jerk because it's like someone very prevalent in the thing, but I'm very tired today.
Yeah, but whatever.
I'll just go back through my history. I'll figure it out by the end of the stream.
Boy, a whole bunch of chat has rolled by, and then I didn't read it.
Let's see.
I see a lot of yeses and go for it, so that must be
related to Minecraft.
Related to Minecraft, yeah. Brian Vine said all the F words. He said Fun King 3D, all the F words. That's pretty funny because that's what I was shooting for. I just want to make sure I didn't list anything, didn't miss anything. Well, you can tell my brain is just not working today, so. And then dead silence, it's always good to just.
That's how we progress.
Yeah, Tom says that he still has power for now. He's got the storm coming at him. They get one hurricane, and all of a sudden everybody's freaking out. I mean, we've had 14 just this week. Clint said, speaking of IKEA, I'm manufacturing the legs for IKEA table Lisabo right now here at work. Oh, that's amazing. I did not know that you made IKEA stuff, Clint. That is mad props, man. That's I love their stuff. My house has so much IKEA stuff in it.
Okay, so full disclosure, I actually did know who it was, but I wanted to double check before I gave credit to somebody else. It's Fernando.
Oh, awesome.
Fernandez. Yeah. Bob Crowder says DSK001. So we're good. Have a good night, alternate James.
Yeah, AJ, thanks for being here for the 13 minutes that which we were late, so 10. We'll give you 10 minutes credit.
Yeah.
But fully understandable when you're on that other side of the pond. So, look at you drinking the new Coke Zero.
Yeah, I bought 2 cases, a 12-pack and an 18-pack. I buy them from Shoppers Drug Mart here, of all places, because it's cheaper. And like the 18-pack is like 5 cents more than the 12-pack, but they only had one left.
Oh, that's weird. We don't have 18-packs, at least not that I've ever seen.
Yeah, like the 18-packs generally, the 18-pack from Shoppers is cheaper than a 12-pack from the grocery store. So we finished the 8-pack or the 16. Sorry, we finished the 12-pack, and I said to my wife, I'm like, I wonder if we're even going to get the new recipe, because maybe that's just a States thing while they're trying it. And then I cracked into the 18-pack, and it was the new stuff. So.
Yeah. And what do you think?
I think I like it about the same, but it is very, very different.
Yeah. It's to me the what are we going to call it? The original formula.
Yeah.
Had like an aftertaste, but during, and then it went away, and now it's kind of the opposite of that. Now it actually has an aftertaste. So, but I don't know. Xander jumps up and down saying that he hates the new stuff, which is great because he doesn't need to be drinking it anyway. I don't really care one way or another. Priscilla hates the new stuff. But
I find that pretty much all diet pops are fine with me if I'm eating something at the same time. Like, I don't mind even like a Diet Coke or whatever if I'm eating something. Diet Coke, I can't just drink it on its own.
I gotta cut Diet Coke with just like, I'll fill the cup all the way like a half inch from the top, and then I'll shoot like regular Coke, or if they have a cherry Coke, I'll just like
just in there. Take the edge off that. Yeah, it does have a very strong aftertaste, I find.
Yeah, well, it tastes like metal. And then Zach's like, well, how do you know what metal tastes like? I'm like, well, you never had metal in your mouth? God, I raised that kid wrong.
Never sucked on a copper penny?
Yeah, you never put a coin in your mouth? And I'm like, don't do that. It's not good for you. So.
And then alternatively, like if you've ever had a tooth that like got pulled and was bleeding or whatever, like that blood is mostly copper. It tastes metallic. So
yeah, it's got the yeah.
You tell me, change your mind. It tastes like blood.
Yeah, Diet Coke tastes like blood. The blood of my enemies. Tom Lama said he got an 18-pack of Pepsi yesterday at Dollar General for $4.95. I usually get my soda from Walgreens. Now it's been my soda. There's Mark throwing down the $10 US Dollarinos. Can you go back and start again? I missed it. Hope y'all are having. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your. Oh wait. He says, don't use FedEx. They'll accidentally pour oil all over your new computer that they ship from Dell. Don't use FedEx because they'll break whatever it is that you're getting. Yeah. Awful shipping company. Just awful. But yeah, so I usually get my pop from Walgreens, which is our drugstores. I don't know if you guys have Walgreens. But and they're usually like it's like three for 12 when it's expensive, and 3 for $9.99 when it's a good deal. So, but
our grocery stores, it's like $5.99 for a case of 12.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. Even at like Target and stuff. But
people complain about the price of gas, but ever check the price of pop?
Yeah, exactly. But no, our Walgreens has had limited supply lately, and they claim it's because of all of this political crap that went on with Coke. But I think it has to do with nobody wants to work for a living, so there aren't any truck drivers. So, in fact, we have a company down here. I don't know if they're nationwide. People can chime in and tell me, but it's called McLean, and they're like a food. Well, they're a goods delivery service. Trucking company, and it's usually all local. They'll have warehouses all over the place, and then they distribute out locally. But they're giving out a $10,000 signing bonus right now to take a job there. I'm thinking I could drive a truck.
So I do have something I kind of want to work on today, since I've got so first of all, my video for this Thursday on my retro channel is already done and uploaded. I've already started working on the next video for my main channel. So for the first time in I don't know how long, I have now completed 4 weeks in a row where I've actually released something. But since I'm kind of like bitten by the bug of working on YouTube again, I want to build a subscriber counter, or whatever you call those. Remember the one you did back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that. It's going to be a smaller scale. I've got a range of OLEDs. So I've got this guy. Just a second, I'm going to move something here so I can see what I'm doing. I've got this guy, which is a 0.96 inch OLED. I've got this guy that is, I think, 2.5 inches or 2 inches, something like that. Or maybe it's 1.8. Nope, it's 1.5. It's a 1.5 128 by 128 pixel color OLED. I've got a range of other ones here too. And I've got, where is it? Everything's a mess. An ESP32, one of the bigger boards, like the ones with the more GPIO.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, during the stream today, while we're chatting, I'm hoping I can scour the internet, find somebody else's code, then tweak it to work with the displays that I have on hand. Basically, I need their code to do the retrieval because I'm too lazy to write it myself, and then I'll do the output.
Well, why would you write it yourself? There's so much of it out there.
Yeah. So I'm just going to start off by doing ESP32 sub count, and it'll probably come up with something.
Mark said, you can drive a truck, but can you back a trailer? Yep. Little ones, big ones, middle-sized ones, ones with no wheels sometimes.
Okay, so here's one ESP32. It uses the text matrix thing, so it's probably the same as what yours used. But let's see what it does. Anybody else working on anything exciting right now?
I'm not. I do have something. I'm 99% sure anyway. I have a new product coming that is going to be tons of fun to play with. They reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in a demo unit to make YouTube videos. And I said, yep. I get offered things a lot, which, like, I'm not bragging, just saying it happens a lot. And most of the time, I just tell the people I'm not interested because, I mean, there's people that want to send me like things that aren't even related to the channel. Like, oh, can we send you this this stainless steel tumbler? And I'm like, well, you can send it to me, but I'm not gonna make a video about it. So, but Tom Mama said my video dropped to AOL quality there for a minute. I haven't rebooted in a couple weeks. There's no telling what's going to happen to this computer. But this product is definitely based around what we do here, and it's not a 3D printer. So I don't want to give it away yet because it's going to be fun.
Well, I'm sure everybody is excited to see what comes out of the Fun King next.
Well, and what's really cool is if it does what they say that it does, because sometimes they embellish the abilities of different things.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Just sometimes. But if it does what they say it's going to do, it's going to work perfectly for another project that I was already working on. Not necessarily a channel project, just, a project that I need in life.
Yeah.
And it's going to make it way easier to do what I needed to do. So that's going to be kind of cool too. And then that'll all turn into a video series. Tom Hass is a 1D printer. Yeah, it just prints lines. But they're not real wide.
Has anybody in chat ever had to go and pull an API token from Google to be able to access your information?
Yeah, I think you have to have that to get your
Yeah. So this says to go to console.developers.google.com, and sure enough, it says APIs and services. I don't see anything in particular. Click on zero auth consent screen, and it says I have insufficient permissions to view the page. There's probably an instructable on how to do this, but
Mark said my Milk Duds / Fix 'em Dudes box was opened on Joel's live stream.
That's cool. Let's see.
I'm eating Airheads, by the way. They came out of last week's printed solid box, and they were sitting here, and I couldn't resist eating them any longer. So
that's fair. Give in to temptation.
Hey, if the kids didn't steal them through the week, it's mine. You're eating your children? Speaking of my children, I don't know if anybody tuned in for Xander's live stream last night. Something wrong with that boy.
He's doing it for the clout, his 9 viewers.
So, well, he's got all of his subscribers on
YouTube.
The YouTubes.
Yeah.
And then, but he streams on Twitch. So, but he had opened his mouth at one point and said if he had 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, he'd wear a dress on stream. So he did a stream last night wearing a dress, and I'm not sure if he liked it.
Where did you get the dress?
It was Chrysilla's. So he was going to take him shopping at the Goodwill yesterday. And I'm like, that's so stupid. You're going to spend money on a dress that's going to end up right back at Goodwill. Yeah. He came in after the stream. He came in. I was already in bed, and he comes in and he whispers at me. He goes, "Never again." I said, "Thank God." Oh. But yeah, so somebody, his Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/PeglegPaul with an underscore at the end, somebody went out and registered on Twitch PeglegPaul _ the word.
And I saw that last night.
What's that?
I saw that last night. He was convinced it was you or me.
Yeah, he's convinced it's me. And I'm like, well, when did they last message? And he's like, just a minute or so ago. And I'm like, well, I'm like here. And he's like, yeah, but you weren't in the room yet. So I'm like, I just 24/7. Hinky said maybe you should follow with a suit, because if you're thinking that I'm going to put on a dress, you're nuts.
Would you do it if you were at 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that Xander would do it again if he was at 100,000 by the end of the year.
Probably. His and I didn't look at his count today. once you hit 1,000.
Yeah, it seems like it's going up slower because it moves the decimal place.
Well, yeah, it goes by tens from then on.
Yeah.
Thanks, YouTube.
Real freaking helpful.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he's at 1170 right now. So that's sure there's no information on there before I do this. So yeah, he's at 1170. So that's pretty impressive. Thank you for that, Christopher. He says subscribe and hit the like button. Yeah, and bleep bloop down there in the comments.
Bloop, bloop.
I really hope that someday I get a chance to meet him, Derek from Vice Grip Garage, because
It's gonna get real awkward when you hug him.
yeah, well, he's absolutely hysterical. I love watching his stuff. So I came across a new channel, and it's a long story how I got there, but it's called Adventure with a Purpose, and I don't have a link to post. You can Google it. You can put it in the search box yourself.
You can
No
believe
spoon feeding. But these guys got their start they were just like cleaning junk out of rivers and lakes and stuff, to help the environment. And now it's turned into where they're doing search and recovery on missing persons cases. They're floating cars and stuff out of lakes and rivers.
I went on a kick where I watched a whack of them, and then that's what I do. I end up watching, like, I'll watch it for 2 weeks straight whenever I'm like not doing anything else or when I need something on in the background, and then burn myself out.
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's wow. Like I really, so I don't watch a lot of Heavy D, but like once in a while their stuff comes across, and so I go in and watch it and stuff. Well, they did a collaboration with Adventures with a Purpose, and then that's how I ended up over there. But yeah, it was mad props to those guys for doing what they do. And it's like they'll find a car and like they're so excited because they found it, like they'll verify the license plate or whatever, and they're like, yeah, this is the vehicle. And then all of a sudden it sets in that this is the vehicle, and then all of a sudden you can see the emotion in them. And and it's all by volunteers, and it's not like a paid gig and stuff. So absolutely mad props to them.
Yes, indeed.
Uncle Ron said if I get to 100,000 by the end of the year, he'll wear a dress to the first day of the next Murph or Earth. What do you suppose it would cost me to buy 95,000 subscribers?
Oh, probably more than the dress, but it's a good investment.
No offense, Uncle Ron, but you'd be a really ugly woman.
Hey, Glenn, do you have your Christmas lights up yet?
We're getting close. No, it will start October, and they won't be up until close to the end of November. But I never did go in to look to see how to change those messages on Nightbot. Oh, Paul slid in. Hello, Paul.
Let's see. Now I have to tell it which board I've got.
Ron said I'm a pretty ugly guy.
Womp womp.
And we should still, and just, kind of mention casually again, congratulations to Alan for winning the printer last week. I promise I haven't forgotten. He did email me. I've got his information and stuff. I just got to get everything rolling on that. And then, of course, congrats to Mitch for winning the secondary giveaway, which he has chosen Printed Solid as his destination of choice for gift card.
We like supporting Printed Solid. No, don't like supporting printed liquid too much.
Printed liquid.
Let's see. I can't share my screen during this. I know this is like not as awesome because I have to hard code my password for my Wi-Fi into the Arduino IDE, and if I scroll wrong just once, then I'm gonna have a bad day.
Andy has joined us.
Did I know I shared my new video with my Patreon supporters. Did you happen to get to peruse it?
I did not.
That's fair. Did you see what it's about?
I did.
Have you ever seen one of those in real life?
Nope.
And you were around in their heyday.
Yeah.
It is interesting because that particular company was such a large part of the evolution of like that genre, because I don't want to give away too much. I like to have a little bit of surprise.
Right.
And then just gone. And like I started looking, like, because I was like, I want to do like at least a quick little rundown of what happened to them. And their time in business their time in business in general was very short for how much they push things forward. And one of the technologies they developed is still being used today.
Yeah, that's true with a lot of companies, though. I mean, there was a lot of companies that came up with great things that are still being used, but they were stolen, and then people were muscled out. And not even in the technology fields. Like, I love watching those shows on History Channel and stuff, like, the machines that built America and, all that. And it's amazing how many times that people were, like, cheated out of their companies and stuff.
Yep. And the thing is too, so they actually had one misstep. One misstep cost them everything. If they had not made one specific decision, they would probably still be here today.
Wow.
And it would be interesting to see which company, like whether it would be a three-way fight or if it would be a two-way fight and one of the two major companies would not be here. So, I mean, I can't guarantee they'd still be here today because obviously, but it seems to me like they probably would be.
I figured out, I'm sorry, I was drifting off there. I figured out how to do Nightbot to get it to stop putting the Fun of a Country Basement thing up on the screen.
I don't feel like
that website is still active. It's just unfortunately the streams aren't.
Yeah.
Christian and Walter don't like me anymore. Yeah, Walter showed up here the other day. They were down at Disney.
Down at Disney.
What's that?
Down at Disney.
They were down at Disney World.
Never been.
Huh?
I've never been.
Well, apparently him and his wife go a lot, but so they were on their way back because I live between them and Disney. So like it was like a Monday or whatever, and all of a sudden there's a knock at the door, and here's Walter. So I said, well, you could have come on a weekend when I could have hung out. I got work to do. But yeah, this week was just nonstop the whole week. So
did you end up having time to go for like lunch or anything with him, or is it just a quick hello and goodbye?
No, it was literally a howdy ho, and then he went out and talked to Sean for a little bit, and I had to go back to work. In fact, I was down talking to him, and my phone, somebody from the office had called, and I'm like, I gotta go take this. So Walter, if you're listening, I wasn't trying to blow you off. Oh, no, it's just been a really, really hectic week. And then, again, yesterday and most of today was putting together the IKEA's furniture, and which my wife has sent me a picture just a little bit ago that that one of my cats approves. Let's see. She approves of the new furniture. So, but no, between working in the garage, I've been trying to do something to the donor truck every day.
Just to push things forward a little bit.
What's that?
Just to push things forward a little bit.
Well, I'm kind of in a pattern of hurry up and wait right now. I've sent the computer off to a guy that's going to remove the Dodge security garbage out of it.
Right.
Because it'll soon be in a Ford and there won't be any Dodge security garbage in it. So, but I can't pull the motor out of the donor until the computer gets back and I know that everything is okay. And then, good morning, sunshine. So I thought, all right, well, I'm gonna pull the transmission out because I've got a deal already going on the transmission because I don't need it, so it's going to a new home. And I thought, well, I'll pull the transmission out. But if I pull the transmission out, I have to disconnect a bunch of stuff that won't let me start the engine later. So it's just hurry up and wait. So I've been trying to do little things as I go and spending mad amounts of money. Which is scary. All of the funding that I gained from selling the Corvette is now gone. I've already spent all of that.
Burned through it.
And but I mean, it like went where it was planned to go. Like I didn't buy stupid stuff with it. I didn't spend it all on like McDonald's chicken nuggets or anything. So
didn't have enough money for chicken nuggets.
I don't have enough chicken nugget money now, but no, it was fun because I bought the kit. Alan said not women in beer. Nope, no cocaine and okay, so never mind. So the conversion kit that I bought, which came from Diesel Conversion Specialists, they're based out of Minnesota, which is where I'm from. And I've been in Florida long enough now that I don't sound like a Minnesotan anymore. But so I call them up and I get on the phone with the first guy, and his name's Joel. And I said, hey, so I have a quote from you guys, and I thought I would call you up today and exchange some money for some product. And he's like, oh, that sounds like a good deal. Yeah. I'll get you with Dan. Yeah, you betcha. Dan's the guy. And so then I'm laughing. So Dan gets on and he is like exactly the same. And I said, I love talking to you guys because it feels like I'm talking to family. Uncle Ron said, will the truck be up and running by the time I get down for Orlando Maker Fair, or should I plan on getting greasy? It probably will not be done by then. I'm doing the timeline in my head. It's really going to depend on funding because there's a lot of things with the project that fall under the category of while I'm in there. And so like as of right now, I probably have enough stuff to actually get the motor out of the Dodge into the Ford and get it running. But I'll be skipping some very important things. And I don't want to give too much away because it's all going to come on the Garage channel. But for anybody that's motor knowledgeable, the Ford engine torque sweet spot's like 2,800 RPMs. The Dodge engine, the torque sweet spot's like 1,600 RPMs. So there's a couple issues where if I just slap it together and go, the truck will only do about 65 miles an hour tops, and it'll be screaming at that. So some gearing changes is coming, and some transmission work is coming, and yeah. And I've decided to paint the engine yellow.
You're going to paint the engine yellow.
Yeah. Yeah. It could change. Could change. Cummins engines are typically red, and I could paint it red. And then I thought about painting it black with yellow accents. But the problem with that is if you paint an engine black, it's hard to see oil leaks. So I wanted to paint it a nice bright color. So I thought yellow with black accents. So I don't know. Custom valve cover with the Fun King Garage logo on it. Tony Ryan says, okay, I'm finally here. All right, now we can get this show started.
So what I've done so far is I found code. I got the API stuff configured. Then I hacked out hopefully everything that relates to the LED stream, and then where it actually was supposed to write to the LED matrix, I have it just spitting out to console. So my hope is if I leave serial terminal open, I should just see it constantly spitting out how many subs I have. Although the JSON package that it sent back the first time I called the API manually says that I have 1,700 or 17,000 subscribers. So I'm thinking,
sweet.
I'm thinking I'm a lot more popular than I thought I was. That's where I'm.
Or you're checking somebody else's channel.
but that shouldn't work because the API key is required to pull that JSON back. So
unless
there's a huge security flaw in YouTube, although unless there's a huge security flaw in YouTube stuff, which I'm not saying that there isn't. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just going to pretend like I didn't see that.
Chance of working. I don't know. I'm just, I don't like that, so I'm going to pretend that I didn't see that.
That's right.
Anyway, so new video on Thursday from me. I think it's probably one of my best edited videos thus far. That's pretty much it. Okay, good night, everybody.
Peace out. Mark said, Fun King smiley face decal on the hood. No, probably not. Definitely not going black and yellow on the outside of the truck. So I don't know. Like at first I thought, I'll paint the engine red because it's a Cummins engine and they're red.
Yep.
Red or like a tan are generally the two colors that you see the Cummins engines in. But why do I got to be like everybody else? I mean, I've never been like everybody else. So it's like I want to just do it however I want to do it. So to heck with everybody else. So the reason that I kind of strayed away from painting it yellow at first, like why it wasn't an initial thought, was because Caterpillar engines are yellow. And I didn't sexy FK mud flaps. That would be pretty funny. I didn't want people to think that I was trying to portray it as a Caterpillar engine. But their yellow is kind of orangey. Well, everybody should know. Everybody has seen some form of a cat tractor or dump truck, so it's kind of an orangey yellow. So I'm just gonna do whatever I want. I don't know.
I don't remember. So this isn't outputting anything, but the board selections that I have, I don't remember specifically which one I was supposed to use for this module. I've had one of these up and running before, but it feels like there's about 1 billion different options now. Generic ESP8266 module. Like, it allows me to program it, but like when I go to tools right now, there's like 50 different options for, I don't know what speed these are or anything like that, and I don't know.
Uncle Ron said, will the new engine be a pull start, black cord, yellow handle? You'd have to have a lot of ass to pull start that engine.
Have a lot of ass or be a lot of ass?
You'd have to have a lot of ass.
One thing I don't like about the new Coke? The can. the way the text is way up at the top and there's all this empty space and stuff underneath. Like
That's
it feels
for
like a misprint.
that's for future expansion when they put our logo on there.
Oh yeah, right here. Fun and Play. Fun and Play 3D, but not always 3D.
No, I'm drinking the Gatorades today just because I was really dehydrated. So
I got some thumbs down on my latest print and play video, the review of that printer, which I thought was pretty thorough and unbiased. And
how many thumbs downs did you get?
3, but I didn't promote it anywhere, so it's all from subscribers.
Well, that's all right. Well, that's not actually necessarily true.
I know. So here's the thing. YouTube never recommends my videos to anybody. I go and look, and it's like, oh, yeah, we recommended it to 2 people, and 1 person clicked on it. And the click-through rate, which is like a fairly decent measure of like how successful your video is on, the click-through rate on it was like 8.6%, which is, from my understanding, high. So a lot of everybody that saw the thumbnail was like, click. But
yeah, well, and again, 3D printer review type videos are just not. They're not a good bread and butter, that's for sure.
Well, like I think if you've got enough money that you can just keep buying printers, you actually could just like, well, sorry, not enough money. If you had enough clout that you could just do nothing but review 3D printers and you could do reviews well on them. Like I've looked at other YouTubers that are doing reviews, and the review videos often have like a lot of views compared to say other videos in their stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, my last video got 30,000, and then I did a printer review and it gets 70,000.
Mitch 3D says, hello, everyone from BattleBots. Are you filming currently, Mitch? Oh, and Sergio throwing down 10 US dollarinos. Thank you, Sergio.
Yeah, Mitch was tweeting from, I want to say Vegas.
Oh, Vegas, yeah.
I think. Oh, there, I got it working. Do you know what the problem was? The baud rate was set to 115,000, and it's connected to my Wi-Fi. And it says I have 0 subscribers.
Well, now you have to take an average between 17,000 and 0. Tom Lama said, I remember my doctor telling me to drink Gatorade when I got food poisoning, and I quote, Gatorade is so nasty, no germ wants to live there.
That's funny because it's true. Okay, so I think I got.
There's only like a very small handful of flavors of Gatorade that I can drink. Like I always like the lemon lime one, but that thing burns the back of my throat so bad now. Like it gives me heartburn, something fierce. So pretty much the red and the frosty blue one are about the only 2 I can handle.
So I thought I just needed to provide it. Well, yeah, it's just the API key. So why is that not working?
Yeah, it's been so long since I messed with any of that.
Connection failed. Unexpected HTTP status code 0. Okay.
Scott Hackmore, you said printer reviews are where all the views are at.
Yep.
I'm going to start doing printer reviews, but on like really old printers that they don't even make anymore.
Yep.
I'm gonna start my first one with a brand new ANET A8.
I think I accidentally clicked off of the GitHub page I was using to look this stuff up, and now I don't remember specifically which search term I punched in. I did it. I'm dumb. And
Popcorn said, I'm too big to care about subscriber count anymore. You know, okay, so it's not that I'm so big that I don't care. What I really don't care is that the people don't come to watch anyway. It's you that I care about. So,
Me specifically?
what's that, James?
It's me specifically that you care about?
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the viewers.
Oh, that's fair.
This group that shows up with us every week and tolerates whatever it is that we have going on. What did you say over there, boy?
And one of them took my name on Twitch.
And one of them took your name on Twitch. One of our
Don't tell me who.
One of our viewers, you think?
Yes, I swear it's James.
You swear it's James.
Yes.
James, are you peglegpaul_?
No.
James said no, so
I don't believe him.
well, that's on you.
Did he leave at the same time as me last night?
Yeah, you both were on the stream at the same time.
Right, but I was only there for like 10 minutes. I had to go to bed.
I don't like these. This is annoying.
There's always people that were doing spoof accounts. Like Ham Rice Larry.
Oh, Vander got his first little stalker. That's so sweet.
Oh, Chris Lane from Venturi 3D popping in, saying hi every OD. Scott said, reviews of crappy printers that get discs seem to be where it is really at.
I did try that. I mean, that new printer is a very cheap printer.
Yeah, I don't know. Like a couple of the small ones I have, the Tina 2, and I forget what the other one is called. I really had low expectations out of those, and they actually printed fine. They're slow. The Tina 2 printed. No, and I don't even know where it is now. It printed this little tiny vase that was only like 60 millimeters tall, and it took like 8 hours. It took forever, but the quality was really nice on it. So Uncle Ron said I tried to steal his name, but accidentally registered Peg Leg Rawl.
Close enough.
Reg leg Rawl.
Peg Leg Rawl's the one that doesn't put on the dress. Peg Leg Paul's the one that says yes to the dress. Can he still hear us right now?
Yeah, he can hear us.
Xander, will you put on a dress again if you get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year?
Never again.
If you get to 100,000 by the end of the year,
Oh, if I get to 100,000 by the end of the year, of course. Because that's
What about 10,000?
what about 10,000?
Maybe.
Oh,
I
we
went
could buy.
after 5,000, then that's
We
too
could
bad.
we could
No,
buy.
no, legitimate subscribers.
We could
not
buy
top
9,000 subscribers really easily.
Uh,
I'm gonna mute you guys just for a second because I need to yell at Xander.
now that he's gone, this is my stream. He can probably still hear me though, right? One nod for yes. It's too bad I was going to use all those other fun F words.
Okay, no, I wasn't actually yelling at Xander. I just had a couple things I had to tell him. So
Well, we all know what happened is that you had like extreme flatulence and you muted the mic so people couldn't hear it.
oh, I wouldn't mute for that.
You let him.
Oh my God, I was watching. I think I told this story, but I was watching the guys from How Ridiculous the other day, and one of them cuts wind, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, did you hear that?" And like the other guy who's like way across the thing, he's like, "I heard that."
Frick you, Jonesy. If you light a match in this place, we're all going up.
Tom Llama said, I can read lips. You goofy ball child, it's your mother who's swooping.
Oh my God.
Oh, that would be funny. Except I'm not even sure she knows how to get on YouTube. No, that's not true. She's definitely not a YouTube person, though. Yeah, we've been actively watching the IKEA's website for the furniture we wanted for Zach's room because it's all been out of stock. And then I did the thing where you sign up and they send you an email when it's in stock. They emailed me and told me it was in stock, and I checked and it wasn't. So, at the point that it was actually in stock, I said to Grisel, I said, well, let's go and get it. So I measured the car, being that I don't have a truck right now. And the only way it was going to fit is if we left the kids at home. So I told Zach, I said, we're going to buy you furniture at IKEA, but you can't go. And he's like, why? I said, because if you go, we can't fit the stuff we're buying for you in the car. So it was tight. It was all tight. But look around, said Grisilla needs a cooking or sewing channel. That will never happen. That will never happen. You may see her make the occasional appearance on the garage channel, but she's going to be the one that comes in and she'll say things like, oh my gosh, this project is over budget. You got to stop spending money. Isn't that what they do on the reality TV?
Yes.
All that ever comes in is bills, bills, bills.
I got bills that I got to pay.
Yeah, whoever wrote that little jingle, it's very catchy. She'd only have to show her hands and be like a This Old Tony type show. He hasn't made anything lately. I think he finally burned out too.
Who hasn't?
Well, that's it. People don't realize how much work it is to do YouTube. One of the other guys that I watch all the time, Mike Festiva, he was talking on one of his episodes the other day and said that like he had no intentions on starting a YouTube channel. He had recorded a video of a project he was working on and uploaded it and whatever, and then it kind of took off from there. And he's like, it's like a whole nother full-time job. So Tom said, would it be funny if she just walked in the middle of a video, slap you and walked away, not order any explanation? She's Cuban. She would chuck a flip-flop at me. I would not advise saying this old Grisilla. It would be life-ending. It may be life-ending. Yeah, Chris Lane, we had a week to do this project. Now we have a day. Oh, the customer called and said that the deadline got moved up. We have to have this done in 2 days. No.
Oh, it was working. It was working, and I did something. I just came back and it's like, it's got 155. It had it correct.
It's got 155.
150. It's targeted at my other channel.
Oh.
I don't gain subscribers on my main channel very quickly anymore. I don't gain them on either very quickly, to be honest. But
well, if you want, I could ask Xander how to do it.
Just make goofy rec. What is it? Rec room. Rec room skits.
That's it. Does anybody else do that, Xander?
Yeah, but none of them do it as good as me. I'm better than all of them. they're all not funny.
Oh my God, I'm so glad this is a family-friendly channel, or I would say something right now. I don't know if you guys heard what he said, but when I asked him if anybody else does that, and he's like, yeah, but nobody does it as good as me. I'm the best. Nobody's as funny as me.
Okay. Okay, so we're halfway through the show, and I now have something that pulls data. So now all I have to do is find a library for whichever screen I'm going to go with, and start spitting that data out to there, and we'll be good.
Chris Lane says Xander's voice is so much deeper than Glenn's. Yeah, I'm still waiting to
He's
hit.
better than him. I don't know what else to say.
I'm just waiting to hit puberty.
Oh, maybe this isn't a color screen. I thought it was, but it says it's a 16 shade grayscale screen. I'm trying to see which controller it uses. The 1327.
Yeah, I have a pile of miscellaneous stuff like that over there on my desk for different projects that I was going to do and never did. And it's like now to go and use them, I don't even remember what they were.
By the time I'm done with this, I'm going to use so little of the code that I started to use as reference that I basically have to explain it to people. I just start savagely pulling stuff out of it with extreme prejudices. Install all.
Oh, I'm sad. My Gatorade's gone now.
From Gatorade to Haterade. Okay, well, that library is installed, so I'll just go see if I can find an example of somebody connecting it up, and then I don't have to worry about it.
Bob Carnes asked if we could get a copy of the project published.
I publish nothing.
I no longer share.
Not necessarily meant to insult anybody in this particular situation, but I had a situation today where somebody was I expressed some interest in potentially designing something that I saw, but like it was going to be based off somebody else's project, and I was like, I never rip off other people's projects, so like I would want the person's approval. And somebody replied and basically was like, yeah, you could design it and you could offer to 3D print it and sell it to people, and you could give away the design files for free, so it's a win-win. I'm like, this is like dozens and dozens of hours of design work. If I design it, I'm not giving away the design files for free for this particular thing because I have no need for it. I just saw it and was like, people would think that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to give away a lot of stuff that I use for free that I think people will find helpful, but I'm also operating all my stuff at a, let's say, extreme loss at this point. I've kind of been doubling down on I'll make enough money one day to pay for the channel with the channel for, I don't know, how long have I been at this? 3.5, 4 years?
I've been doing it since 17, so
4 years. Yeah. Well, I think you and I started within a month of each other.
Yeah, it was pretty close to the same time, yeah.
So I'm looking for jumper cables. I thought I tossed out a handful of them. They're probably like
easily keep them in the trunk of the car. What are you doing over there, Clicky? What are you so clicky for?
I'm playing game and press 2 buttons.
Well, that's really annoying. I'm trying to stream over here.
I'm sorry. I gotta play the video game.
I'm shutting off your internet.
Why? That's the 2 buttons.
Yeah, but it's really clicky. It's really annoying. God, I wish I had something to throw at you. What did I throw at you the last time? It was candy, wasn't it?
I remember that video.
What video was that where I threw the pillow and hit you in the face? God, that one was brilliant. I didn't intend to throw it at him that hard. It just
I don't know if I talked about it on stream. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I had a situation a few weeks ago where I woke up to a comment on one of my videos where it was something that I had designed and 3D printed, and I'd given the designs to my Patreon supporters. And so I'd been debating selling the design files or just leaving it Patreon exclusive. And somebody commented on the video saying, where can I get access to the files? And then I guess watched it. And in the video, I say it's currently available to my Patreon supporters. So he backed me on Patreon, downloaded my files, and then canceled his subscription before he got billed so he could get them for free. So he's willing to put $300 into the build for the electronics and materials, but wasn't willing to spend $1.50 on me for the design work. So I'm maybe a little more bitter than I originally let on over that, because obviously I'm not seething about it, but like it's not something that's faded into the background per se. But yeah.
Yep, that sounds about right.
It's just, how is it my part ends up being the part that's not? That's where the tipping point is for the project. So.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, obviously now with you making the change where it's billed the month before, but then it would be really fun to leave a big chunk of the code out or something where they have to contact you.
Well, I've looked at. Sorry, I'm digging through here. I need to get better organized. We were gonna do some of that today, and it just kind of didn't end up happening. I forget what I was even going to say. That's just par for the course now, bud.
Train of thought derailed.
Oh, well, I needed 4, and there's exactly 4, so that worked out. The thing is, and like maybe he didn't know, so like I can't be like, and he took money away from the children. The other way, because I was originally going to just put it out for sale. The other way you could get these files was we have a friend whose nephew is battling leukemia.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd put up a thing saying, if you want access to the files, you can donate any amount to his GoFundMe, any amount, and I will give you the files. So maybe he didn't know, but like that actually burned me too, because I'm like it's rude. It's freaking rude.
Yeah.
It's like, give your shirt a tuck. Family-friendly content. So.
Hey, Nightbot says everybody should go buy a shirt.
A Fun King shirt?
I had to click that link and make sure it was actually still good.
Before you push it? Kay and I have just finished rewatching all of Letterkenny. We finished it this week again. It's the last name is Dix. I can't remember his name, and I don't feel like I should say her name during the stream because it makes
the auctioneer.
What? No, that's Dickens.
Oh, that's Dickens.
The Amish guys. The Amish or the.
Oh, yeah. It's Anita, isn't it?
It is. I was trying not to say that on your stream for you, because.
Well, you can say Anita, just don't put the two together.
Anita and her husband. Anyways, that episode is just so ridiculous.
It was like so over the top.
Yeah. And then the other episode where he comes by to ask them if they can come and work on his farm for a while, and they're convinced that they want to use them as breeding stock.
Yeah.
It is a fun show. Okay, let's see if I can put anything on the screen now. That's the next test.
So had I not gotten whisked away in the land of Minecraft, my plan was to get Rhino 3D installed on this machine, which today probably wouldn't have been a good day because it really needs to be rebooted. But I need to design a remote holder for Zach because he has this this ability to lose his remote controls every day. So I want to build him a little box that hangs off the side of the new bed that he can put the remotes in. So I'm actually perusing Thingiverse right now just to see if somebody else has already done it.
By the way, thank you to everybody that showed support in chat during that little rant of mine. That's what I likes about you the most, Miss Katie's.
That's what I like about you
like
the most, Mr. James.
Is that what you like about me, Squirrely? Take it down about 25% there. Your sister's hot. I'm too fat to run.
I said
it. I'm too fat to run. I regret nothing. It's such a good. It's a feel good show. I forgot that this season ended on like a weird cliffhanger because like it lands on a cliffhanger, but like not even an actual cliffhanger. Like I don't want to spoil it in case somebody watches it, but like it's not like somebody says something you're like, oh, how are they going to handle that? It's literally just two people like looking at each other from across a parking lot. They're like, oh. So I said to Cam, like, you know what? They probably haven't figured out what the big reveal is going to be yet, and they're like, well, just leave it here, and then we can go whichever way we want to go with it.
Right? Yeah, they can do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. There's actually remote holders in here. He's got a Roku remote and a Samsung TV remote, and there's remote holders for both of them, but they're both like it's all like screw to the wall stuff, and I need it to clip onto the bed. But it's just funny because it's like there's stuff already designed for that specific remote control. Everything's already been invented. Gosh. Oh, and I want to say, don't forget that Orlando Maker Faire is coming up November. I think it's 12th and 13th, or 13th and 14th. I don't know. I will be there. I am not exhibiting, but I will be on the property, and between going around and actually getting to see stuff this year, which will be amazing. I will also be hanging out with the Andrews from 3D Gloop. So if you're looking for pictures or autographs, that's where you need to go, is to the 3D Gloop booth. Please do not bombard me when I'm out walking around the show. The crowds just congregate around. I'm just kidding. That's all a lie. I mean, honestly, if that was a problem, I wouldn't run around in a Fun King shirt everywhere. But it's the 13th and the 14th, Saturday the 13th and Sunday the 14th. The downside about not exhibiting is I don't get to go on Friday, and I don't get all of the, get to hang out with everybody Friday night and stuff. But it will be fun. Now, of course, that's not really true because I guess Sean is going to have a booth, so maybe I'll slide in on his so that I can get in on Friday night and help him set up. But Tony Ryan said, you can design me a holster for my Samsung Galaxy 8 Active so it fits in the front pocket of my bibs and won't get grinder juice on it when I'm at work. Just put it in a Ziploc bag. And then if anybody is coming to Maker Faire again in November, we are still planning to do farts on Saturday night.
Never not be funny.
No, it's not formal. It's just the group of us. We get together for dinner, most likely at the Golden Corral, because the Golden Corral is where you go for farts and leave with the boobs. And for those who don't know, farts is the Florida area rep talking supper farts. FARRT. Yes. We need a website for that. But but yeah, so that will be taking place after the show on Saturday. It's always a good time.
On Saturday.
I've not eaten at a Golden Corral. I wonder, have we eaten at Golden Corral since the last Fart Center?
I don't think so.
That might have been the last time that I ate at Golden Corral, because then all of a sudden, COVID. Gosh,
I've never been to a Golden Corral.
I do love me some Golden Corral. It tears up my stomach, but that doesn't matter. Chris Lane said, I'm afraid to look up farts.com. I'm going to look it up because I want to know if it's available. No, it's for sale for $287.95. That's ridiculous. You know what's a great website to go to? Fartgenerator.com.
No. Not that existed.
I didn't forget it existed. Some of the best websites I've ever owned were purchased purely on a joke. No way. Oh, it's not a Roku remote. Oh, and that's not a Samsung remote. I thought for sure this was exactly what I was looking for as far as a remote holder, but it's like a JVC remote, and I think Amazon Fire. Amazon's on fire. It is for an IKEA Malm bed, which is way thicker than the one that I got him. So the bed that we bought, Zach, if you guys even care, the reason I went after that one specifically was it had 4 drawers built into it. And that's where we moved all of his Lego to, and it filled every bit of those 4 drawers. So Zach definitely does not need any more Lego.
Everybody needs new Lego.
Chris Lane said we should all chip into farts together. Uncle Ron said all farting together may be problematic. You know, I'm surprised the smell inside of Golden Corral is not worse than it is. And you'd think that like their bathrooms would be top notch, but Alan King said you always need more Lego. Well, that's how he feels about it too. He always wants to buy more sets, but I kid you not, I should take pictures. In fact, I will do that. I'll get pictures and share it next week so you guys can see. Because it was my Lego from when I was a kid. Then it was all the Lego Xander had as a kid. And then the stuff that Zach gets now. It is a massive, massive amount of Lego. But his room is always just a disaster. Sorry, I'm still looking for remote holders, but Uncle Ron said Taco Bell should have free food and pay toilets. Yeah, but what about the people who get it to go? No pun intended. Taco Bell should have free food and pay toilets. Will triple profit in days. Yeah, but then you just get people crapping on the floor. Is there an Eggo Lego? You can Lego my Eggo. I suppose you can make a Lego Eggo. Yeah, I went into Zach's room and just kind of shoveled everything into the corner and did what I had to do, and then told him that he was responsible for the rest. He has, like, and maybe some of you guys experience this. Maybe you're this way, but it happens a lot with military children. But anytime that you have a child that moves a lot, they get very attached to their possessions, because a lot of times when you move a lot, possessions get gotten rid of or left behind or whatever. And that's how Zach is, and yet he's never lived anywhere but this house. Like, we don't move, and he doesn't lose anything. But if you tell him, like, if you say to him, look, you got to get rid of some of your toys, he'll have a meltdown. It's definitely it's a problem. He has too much stuff. So, do I want to click on that? It is Lego Eggo Waffles. Oh, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to just design my own remote control holder. Nobody has built exactly what I want.
You
That's ridiculous.
unfortunate soul.
What's that?
Me? I said poor unfortunate soul.
Yeah, I just because every night he'll go to watch TV, and then he has a breakdown that he can't find the remote controls. So then the way this bed is designed, being that it's got drawers, there's 8 different ways you can build it depending on which way you want it to face and stuff. But there's a huge dead space under the bed behind the drawers. And when I say a huge dead space, half of a single bed, you could easily lay in there. Xander says you could put a dead body in there. What's really crazy, that they wasted the space, but my cats have already figured out how to get in there. And it's not a very big gap that's in there, and they get in, and I'm like, no, this just can't happen. So I don't know if I'm going to have to install a cat door on the end of the bed and let them just come and go as they please, or if I'm going to have to figure out how to block off the hole. But see, I don't like dead space.
Right.
That's wasteful to me. But it wouldn't be terribly hard to access it if you wanted to do like winter clothes storage. I mean, we don't really have winter clothes here, but you could store extra blankets in there or whatever, stuff that you only go and get out on the occasion. Right. So yo, dog, I heard you like Eggos and Legos. So we put an Eggo in your Lego so you can Lego my Eggo.
That was I'm just kidding. It was pretty funny.
And he said, just wait until he's in school and then have a clear out. Then tell him the toy fairies came. Let me tell you, he's not up here, right?
I don't think so.
Zach? All right. So my wife has done that to him. When he would go to school, she would clean his room and get rid of stuff. And he notices. He'll be like, what happened to my whatever? And then it's So, but he's got right over here, he's got this huge room that's like a bonus room in the house. And it was originally Xander's playroom, and now it's Zach's playroom, and it's a disaster. It is a disaster in there. So I told him, I said, dude, just take some of the stuff from down here and put it up in that room. At least then it's out of my sight. The only time I have to go into that room is if the air conditioning breaks. Yeah, we've tried that too, Chris. He's really attached to his stuff. It's like, dude, you've had this baby rattle since you were a child. No, not really. It's not that bad, but yeah, nobody's got exactly what I'm looking for on here. Close, but I didn't really expect to find anything that was exact. So I will model up a little something. It shouldn't take long.
I was having trouble finding the definitions for this control board.
Websters.com.
Error compiling the board generic. What's the error? Just error.
Tom, we don't use the H word in this house. Hoarding.
Oh,
What word was it?
Hoarding.
Hoarding.
wait, say that one more time?
Hoarding.
Thank you.
In this household, we are collectors. So let's talk about Xander's room for a minute. Xander is 14 years old and sleeps in a race car bed. He has a lamp with cartoon dinosaurs on it.
This all checks out for me.
The posters on his wall are things like Paw Patrol and all right, I'm struggling here. No, so in all honesty, Xander's room is kind of frozen in time from
Because he spends all his time in virtual reality.
What's that?
He spends all his time in virtual reality.
Right. Yeah, no, like we haven't done anything with his room. Now, recently I changed out his TV. So Black Friday, was it Black Friday 2020 that I bought the new TVs? Have we not had them a whole year yet?
No.
I don't know, but we bought two new TVs, one for the living room, one for my bedroom, and so then Teletubbies posters. Uncle Ron said it's a Frozen theme. So when we bought the new TVs, we took the one from the living room and the one from the bedroom and gave them to each of the boys. So Xander went from a 32-inch TV to a 60-inch TV. He's not spoiled. And Zach went from a 37-inch TV to a 55-inch TV. So
I would like it to be known that both your kids' TVs are bigger than my main TV.
yeah. Oh, they're definitely spoiled. But now keep in mind, all that came about because I worked in home theater at Best Buy.
Mm.
So I mean, they were like they're top of the line Samsungs for their time. You know, like they're really nice TVs. Pre 4K. The new TVs are 4K, but otherwise, we haven't really changed anything in Xander's room. Scott said we have 147-inch in the whole house. Holy crap! I have full surround sound in my master bedroom. I have full surround sound in my living room. I have a TV. I haven't mounted it, but I have a TV that's supposed to be mounted in the kitchen. So, but no. So, like, yeah, we haven't really updated Xander's room at all. And then, of course, we went out and did all of Zach's. But yeah, like you go into Xander's room and it's exactly the same every time. Like he doesn't touch anything in the room. I mean, other than the dirty clothes change. Like the piles get bigger and bigger until his mom makes him wash his clothes. But like his stuff doesn't, like he doesn't touch anything in his room. He watches TV and then sits on the computer all day. So.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Who thought that the part that I've done a dozen times would end up being the more difficult part of all this? It's a half an hour, and I'm still trying to get to the display to load, and it keeps complaining about missing libraries and stuff.
Chris Lane said, when I was 14, my posters were photos of, well, they weren't for cartoons, that's for sure. I don't know, that Jessica Rabbit. Oh.
This is a family-friendly stream, Glenn. If you're going to behave that way, I'm going to have to ask you.
Alan King said 32-inch in our tiny UK house. And he said my TV's a 28-inch. Yeah, we have a 65 in the great room, a 65 in my bedroom, full surround sound in both rooms. Xander has a 60, Zach has a 55. 32 for the kitchen that just has never been mounted. One of the 32s went out to the garage to be a garage. No, Zach's 37 went out to the garage to be the garage monitor. And then Zach's monitor is actually a 24-inch TV. But again, I worked at Best Buy and I got like sweet deals on open box TVs and stuff. So
I'm going to give a special welcome, because this just happened while we're streaming, to Bob Carnez, who just joined my Patreon. Thanks for joining.
Oh, fantastic.
You're a cool guy in my books. That's what I appreciates about you, good buddy.
Yeah, well, what's sad is I have a handful of supporters in the Patreon for Fun King 3D, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I have no Patreon supporters for the Fun King Garage Patreon, but that one gets updated more than the Fun King 3D one.
I've just been running the two together for the two things. Eventually, I might have to split them out. I don't know. I think everybody right now is supporting me. It's mostly just supporting me for me.
Yeah. Well, and I think the two kind of go hand in hand.
Well, I mean, there is 3D printing in that new video that's coming out on Thursday, even though it's not on my print and play channel. Okay, so it just keeps complaining that the Adafruit_Gray OLED library is missing, which is supposed to be part of the GFX library, which is installed. So I don't know what it's made.
Turning it off and back on again.
I mean, that would be the computer at this point.
Old curmudgeon sneaking in.
Every time I go to add a library, it takes like 30 seconds to parse through all the libraries I have installed, so it's time consuming.
Yeah, I haven't played with any of that stuff in so long.
Like, this isn't even specific to the counter. This isn't just me trying to get a display connected one. And I've been in Pico stuff for so long, which, by the way, this is, I feel much easier in the Pico stuff. Yeah, it says it's part of the Adafruit GFX library, and it's Adafruit_Gray OLED.h. I don't know.
Google that error message.
I did, and it came up with another library to install, which I then installed, which did literally nothing for me.
Maybe you have too many libraries. Maybe your library card has been revoked.
Like,
so they open up them Canadian borders yet?
Not yet.
They opted not to, huh?
I don't know who's making the decision between the two sides right now, but our stuff is mostly under control in Ontario. And we're mostly open again.
Yeah, they were talking. Wasn't it supposed to be right about now?
The things are supposed to open up again? Maybe.
Yeah.
I dropped the GFX library and I've reinstalled it, and now it looks like maybe it's getting further. I don't know. Yeah, it's flashing now. So if this works, then at least I have source code for displaying whatever on the screen, and then I can just hack them together and see what happens. Hopefully I've got it wired properly. That'd be ideal.
So here's a design somebody did to hold their Roku remote. It's a little tiny milk crate. It's pretty awesome. I actually kind of like it. I should print one of those just to have it laying around. I printed those holders for Sean for his knives, and they turned out to be a little bit too tight, so he's got to redesign it. But that Green Gate recycled PETG prints really, really nice, and it's ridiculously strong for what it is. So. But this one is it's purple, but it's kind of a iridescent. Is that the right word?
Yes.
It's got kind of like a blue sheen to it. It is quite lovely.
Well, that is good.
And I printed the first one with a 0.2 layer height, and it took like 8 hours. So the next one I printed with a 0.35, I think it was, which cut the time down to like 5 hours. And looking at the two of them, I couldn't tell you the difference. My eyes couldn't see the 0.15 difference. And both of them were equally as tough.
I don't actually know for sure which pins are the I2C line on this guy.
Can't help you. Can't see it. It's that one and that one.
Seems fair to me. Oh, hold on. 03D. I think I've been feeding it the wrong ID.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Looks like it's 0x78. It's reflash.
Enhance.
I also think I might have accidentally piped power into one of the data lines at some point, so it might be fried. And I've got 20 of all the other displays, and I've only got the one of this particular size. But my current plan is if I can get this all working, I'm going to 3D print a case that looks like an original, like the original Apple, the wood grain one with the screen that attaches to the top.
Okay.
That'll be my little display thing.
Yeah, I had to stop using mine. It was depressing.
Just made me sad all the time.
It would refresh and the number would go down, and I'd be like, no.
I built one of these before, but
Well, yeah, because you were working on one when I was working on mine,
it's true.
and we didn't even know that we were both working on one.
Okay, so ground is going to ground. Power is going to power.
The chat's gone quiet. What happened to all you guys?
They all laughed because we were boring.
I'm just absolutely exhausted today.
Node, MCU, ESP.
All that IKEA, that bed weighs like 200 pounds. It came in 4 boxes, but 200 pounds. It's crazy.
I'm also wondering if this will actually run on 3.3 volts, because some of these screens are 5-volt screens.
Uncle Ron said we were looking up James's error. Ollie fell asleep. Not exciting enough. I did a search for IKEA on Thingiverse.
And
I can't say that it's a really great selection. It's not really what I was expecting, but So we bought a bed, a dresser, and then this shelving unit, a Kallax. But to buy the dresser, you have to register. You have to register with them that you're buying a dresser.
Why
And
is that?
when you register with them, you have to certify to them that you are going to attach it to the wall so that it doesn't fall over and kill your child.
Well, that's fair. Nobody wants it to fall over. And
Well, they got sued real bad back just a few years ago because their stuff fell over and was killing people. So Bob Carnes said he's 3D gloop shopping. Fantastic. We'd like to hear that. Support the Andrewses. They're good guys over there, and they were cool. They were cool and sent me this miniature 55-gallon drum of 3D gloops. It's the Mega Gloop. They sent that in 2019. Feels like just yesterday.
I'm switching screens. I'm going to one of the ones where I have a bunch of them. Let's just see if it works first.
And he said, I'm currently contemplating why life sucks. Oh, for so many, many reasons.
Got to narrow it down to just one?
like being out of Coke Zero right now, like, whew, that's a hard one. Honestly, though, Andy, I hope that you're okay and you know that we're here for you.
Good, buddy.
How's your wrist, by the way?
My wrist? His wrist.
No, Andy's wrist.
I
You remember he took a tumble out of his chair the other day.
I do
The
remember.
other day. And then ended up, I think he said fracturing or cracking his wrist. Uncle Ron said one kid gets a dresser, the other kid gets a dress. No favoritism. He chose. He said yes to the dress. I had nothing to do with that. At the point that my wife came to me and she said, Xander wants to go to Goodwill to buy a dress. It was a very awkward conversation in my house. I mean, if Xander came to me and said, hey, I'm gay, okay. But it's just weird when my non-gay child wants to wear a dress. He's a very ugly girl, too, by the way. Alan said, I'm guessing the dresser is for more dresses. No, other kid. Other kid. So Zach has only had this. Okay, so the furniture Zach had was Xander's when Xander was a baby. It was this little skinny, tall chest. It was like 5 or 6 drawers, but it was real skinny like this. And then it was actually a diaper changing table that we just used as a dresser. And he's used it for years and years and years. Like when Xander, well, I guess not when Xander got bigger, but when Zach came along, we gave that furniture to Zach, and then it just stayed that way. So it was time for Zach to have new furniture. Being that Xander never, goes in his room or does anything in his room anyway, why should he have furniture? But yeah, no, it was time. It was time. So Andy said it's coming along. It was only 2 small hairline cracks. Well, that's good. Those should heal up well then. Yeah, I'm really just not seeing anything on the Thingiverse that I want to print.
Go print Lola Bunny.
Go print what?
Lola Bunny.
Lola Bunny.
Yeah. Isn't that the name of the rabbit from Space Jam? I don't remember.
Oh, the girl bunny?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have not watched the new Space Jam yet. I just can't seem to convince myself to watch it.
Kay and I watched it. It was okay. I guess. It was a thing.
Yeah, I haven't been watching a bunch of TV or movies lately. Uncle Ron, could Glenn get a hairline crack? Yeah, it's right through the middle right here. Well, Andy, I wish you all the luck in the world that it has not come back. Are you close to making this thing work, James?
I can't get any of these displays to work with the sample code. This doesn't even seem like it's outputting to.
You got 12 minutes, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't understand because like I've done this so many times and done some things that are so complicated compared to this.
So somebody has designed. Mark posted over to Cult 3D a link. Somebody has designed on Thingiverse. So IKEA sells a frother. Are you familiar with a frother?
Yeah, for frothing up milk.
Yeah, we use it for mixing chocolate milk for the kids. Well, for the kid. The other one doesn't drink chocolate milk. He only drinks lots of soda.
Yes, so we're out.
I know. Go to the store and get some, would you?
Okay.
But they've designed a fan for the top of it to turn it into like a personal fan. And I'm not, because that thing spins like crazy fast, but it has no power. So I don't know how well that would do. Let's see what's on the old Cults 3D. You know, it's funny because there was, and I won't say what it was. There was something that was posted to Twitter from Cults the other day. And I thought, oh, I could print that for my wife. And I went and looked, and it was a pay file, and it was like $1. And I didn't do it. Not because I wasn't willing to spend the $1. I didn't want to go through the hassle of paying for it. Like, it wasn't worth $1 to me, as sad as that was.
That is fair. Serial.println.
So what I did was I signed up and I downloaded it, and then I said that the file was bad and got my money back. No, I'm just kidding.
Did you sign up for the Patreon?
I said cheap Glenn. No, it isn't. It's lazy Glenn. Like, I just didn't want to go through the process of paying for it. Like, I don't know. I will buy something at Amazon for a little bit more money because they already have all of my payment and address and all of that. Like, it's so much quicker. Oh, I could rant about them guys too. Oh, that Amazon. It's a love-hate relationship. So I bought, I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to give some props to Yukon Gear. I bought this here, Yukon Gear and Axle master rebuild kit for my rear differential on the truck.
Right.
This came from Amazon, and I opened it up, and it has a sheet of bubbles wrap, and it has this vacuum sealed cardboard with 12 bolts, a pinion nut, and a seal. There's supposed to be 4 bearings in here as well, and there isn't. So then I looked. The shipping weight on this kit is 14.5 pounds. This particular box was 4 pounds. Yeah, 4 pounds. So I contacted Amazon, and of course, yeah, no problem. We'll send you a new one, which they did, which took a week and a half to get here. But it's like, how is it that Lego can weigh a box and know if a part is missing? Like, one little tiny part can be missing, and they'll know it's missing by weight. but yet Amazon can't figure out that box shipping out should have weighed 3 times what it weighed. Bob Carn said, now just imagine if you spent a couple extra nickels and bought locally. Well, I do buy a lot of stuff locally if I can get it locally, but where I live, there's not really a lot of stuff available. I mean, obviously I buy my food locally, but yeah, the stuff that I buy isn't necessarily available locally. Andy said 2004 was the last time I used Amazon. That wasn't long after I signed up. I think I signed up in 2000.
Well, I think I'm going to end up failing for today, which is unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. There's quite a bit of stuff on this. I never really perused through this Cults 3D. Thingiverse was always my go-to, but there's quite a bit of stuff on here. Maybe I need to start perusing this more often.
So I guess the problem I'm running into right now is that this thing thinks that the screen is responding and doing stuff even when it's not connected, because eventually it gets to the end code where it spits out a bunch of the stats. So it's supposed to give a fail message if it's unable to connect to the screen, and it's not doing that. So I don't know, man.
Alan said, you're supposed to be 100% accurate on weights. I used to sell stuff on Amazon. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I went to Yukon's website to find out what the actual shipping weight was on it. Because they don't tell you, like, they don't tell you what's included. They just say, like, you know, it could include all of these parts depending on what your rear end needs. But when I opened that box, I knew that there wasn't enough stuff in there because there was no bearings. And you're supposed to have 2 for the pinion and 2 for the carrier, which the new package had and was plenty heavy. Tom Lama said Cult is good. Kind of dated site. But I upload there now instead of Thingy. Did my mini factory for a bit too, but their seller policy is kind of robbery. And he said I've started to use Things. Chris Lane said, isn't Things the new hotness? It looks similar to Cult. Is it things.com? Can somebody spoon feed me a link? See, that just shows that, like, I don't generally just print stuff. If I need something, I'll design it and print it. Like, I don't even really bother to go look to see if somebody else already did it. It is things.com, okay. Or things.com, one or the other. You could have put that in the form of an actual clickable link to really spoon feed me. Thanks a lot. Gosh. Oh, see, now I just opened that website and, like, it refreshed all of my monitors at the same time. That was... Thingiverse, the southern version of Thingiverse. Yeah, trending models. It's almost like they took somebody else's idea and copied it and put it on a better web server. Oh, I can download and print a Tesla Cybertruck. Yeah, looking at all of this stuff that's under the trending, I wouldn't print any of this. Oh, there's a CHEP model. Universal building block.
SCL is on D1. So SCL is gray.
Yeah, this website is making all of my monitors refresh.
That's weird.
I don't like that.
I don't know.
Somebody gave me a virus. Bob Carnes said things throws around a lot of money to buy traffic. Oh, do they have an email address where I could reach out to? They can throw some money my way. Well, I'll tell you, and I feel bad for forgetting the name of the person, but somebody made an app for browsing Thingiverse. And they had reached out to me and gave me access to it and gave me some codes to give away a while back. Take me just a second to find it in this disaster of apps that I have. But it makes Thingiverse, 3D Geeks is the app. And apparently it's available both Android and iOS. But it makes browsing Thingiverse on your mobile device way easier and better. So Chris Lane said we could have a fart sponsorship.
Hey. Is it doing stuff?
I see a black and white screen.
It's doing stuff. That's the important.
Okay. But it's not putting the.
Can we go like 5 minutes over?
I'm okay with that.
I think I can hack this together in 5 minutes.
All right, you get 5 minutes.
Okay. So I'm just gonna strip this down to the point just where
this segment's sponsored by farts for when you need to let it all out. I think Golden Corral should sponsor farts, being that we go there. And yeah, the first year was the best because I went in and I told the lady, I said, we have a big party coming in. Is that going to be a problem? And she's like, I don't think so. How many people? I'm like, about 30. And she's like, oh, let me see if the back room's available. So we had like the private party room that year. The second and the last year we did it, which would have been 19. We were just the restaurant wasn't busy, but the party room was dirty, so they just put us out on the floor. So. What's the point of Thingy on mobile? You can't select. You find models that you like and you save them to your collection, and then you go and get them later when you're on a normal computer. Yeah, there's like so much crap available to download and print that I just wouldn't bother with. I mean, I guess it's good for somebody, but Uncle Ron said we should see if we can reserve the party room. God, that would take effort in a phone call. No. See, I got this thing called social anxiety disorder that doesn't allow me to talk on the phone.
so if we do, let's copy this stuff. Let's go up here. Let's get rid of.
Crap is the key word there.
Let's do this. And
And I also love when people design stuff and then like emboss their name or logo into it. But because of that, that's what makes it hard to print it. It's like, really, just don't do that.
let's go ahead and exit all this stuff.
Well, somebody has made a pegboard hook for a set of the flush cutters.
Flush cutters.
Flush cutters? You know, nippers, cutters. But it's a pegboard. It's a pegboard hook made specifically for it, which would be great, except for mine would never be up there. It'd still just be laying on the bench. Or I usually keep them stuck in the printer like that, and then I keep a pair on the desk. Black and yellow all the way. Uncle Ron said he had some Southwest points to use. He's flying down for Orlando Maker Fair for $11.20. And he doesn't even have to sit on the wing. Oh, I got roped into a show last night on Nat Geo. That's National Geographic for you guys who aren't in the loop. It was How to Catch a Smuggler. And that was really interesting to see the way that they try to get drugs and stuff through without being detected.
Almost done. Assuming this code works.
Sergio said, I can believe it, Glenn. I tried calling you twice in the past 2 years to send you stuff, but you never answered. Well, now, in fairness, to be fair, sometimes the phone doesn't even ring in my house. I don't get signal here. But yeah, a lot of it is actually the social anxiety disorder. I'd much rather communicate via typing. I don't know even how I can do this. Like, I don't know how I was ever able to do the YouTube thing. And I think it's just because I'm in control. I get to choose the things that I have to answer.
I'm almost done. I just need to merge the two codes now, and it should be good. And there's compile time, obviously.
Well, hurry up. Gosh. I can smell my dinner.
Okay, that works. So
And I'm hungry. Alan says it's because I can't see you. That could be. The first Earth, we did a giveaway, and you had to be present to win. And I'd gone to the table to talk to my wife. She was sitting behind the table. I was standing out in the aisle talking to her, leaning on the table like this. And all of a sudden I turned around. There was a crowd of like 100 people standing right behind me. And I turned back and I looked at her and I went, what am I doing? Why did I do this to myself? Uncle Ron wants to know if we're having pizza. No, we're actually having spaghetti and meatballs.
that'll be
What are you
it.
drinking there, boy? Oh, was it the last one?
No, there's one more.
Went through them oranges real fast. Yeah, but that whole 12-pack went fast. You guys are some orange pop drinking fools. Fools, I tell you.
Okay, and I just got to put in the clear for the screen, and we should be good to go. Will it compile? No one knows for sure, but I intend to find out.
Right after this message.
After these messages. It's probably going to display 0 for the first sub count because it looks like it takes it like 30 seconds to get everything authorized and all that jazz. Let's see. Come on. Compile. And there was a remnant left from the old LED matrix. I was like, I don't need the scroll command anymore because there was nothing left in the actual scroll subdirector or the
subroutine.
Yeah, but I was still calling it from somewhere. So even though it was doing nothing, you can see it's got test displayed on it right now. I think I don't know. I can't tell what you guys can see. Let me.
It's just like a little white blur.
What are you complaining about now? Oh, I forgot my semicolons. This is worse than that one time Xander accused me of being pig like Paul _. The Arduino IDE seems to. No, I think there might be newer versions of it, but the one I'm using seems to take quite a while to compile. I want everything immediately.
Alan said you need a colon.
You don't lose your colon. Oh, Chris Lane says that he is peg leg Paul _.
Oh, he says he's totally peg like Paul _. Oh, is that true, Chris?
Who said that?
Chris Lane, Venturi 3D. He said, "Oh Lord."
I just want to know who it is. I don't care. I hope it's James, just to say that I was right. I want to know who did it.
I'm afraid I can't make your day today, friend. But congrats on 1,000 subscribers. And saying yes to the dress. I took so many screenshots last night for when he gets married.
Bob Carn said that everybody is peg like Paul _. It's a group account.
That would be pretty funny.
That would be clever.
Could you have more than one person logged into the same account?
I don't know.
I mean, just to completely bombard somebody's comment section, all as the same user. But then if you ban that user, would it ban everybody? I guess it would.
Father, why did you put in the chat every?
Why are you reading my chat?
So I can figure it out.
Oh.
Okay, I've got one more error that I have to clear, and I think I know what it is. If this doesn't work, we'll just call me a failure. And all
You have in mind how they would type? Probably with fingers on a keyboard.
No, but like that's not what I mean. Jesus. So instead of spelling out the word "you," they would put the letter. They would never capitalize the "I," just like stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm looking up for that so I can figure out who done did it.
I don't know if we have anybody in chat that's like that.
No, because they would get kind of scolded for that.
Maybe Alan. No, Alan can capitalize some stuff. What if Xander's doing this to himself to get more internet What does he
Could
call
be
it?
creating his own drama.
Yeah, he wants to be the next PDP.
PDP. I'm so confusion.
Okay, it's working.
Yeah, it won't. It's just a white blur.
I think I can change the focus on the camera. Give me 2 seconds. Hopefully by then it'll have the actual numbers because it takes a couple of passes before it starts authorizing and doing things.
Bob Carn said, "I bet it's Zach doing it."
Camera controls, focus.
That would be hysterical.
I just there. Now I'm just hoping it'll actually pull the right numbers at some point.
Retrospective. What's the? Is that a 0?
Yeah, seems about right. I can't actually tell what it's doing because it doesn't seem to be outputting to the serial anymore. Oh, that's annoying. Come on. Now it's blurry again, too.
Yeah, focused on your hand.
It still says 0. Now it's focused on my face in that tiny little freaking hole there. So if I put it here, then surely, yes. I'm gonna reset it once, and then if that doesn't work, we're gonna call me a loser. You know, the joke's gonna be on me. I'm gonna go and everybody's going to have unsubscribed from my channel.
Just to see the number move?
Yeah. Okay, so now it's reporting information at least. It shows that it's connected to the network. It does show that, in fact, it brought back 0, but it did the first 2 or 3 times before and then started working.
Oh, bye, Tom. Thanks for being here.
Come on. Come on. Alan King believes in me, so it's got to work. Come on.
Do it. Well, while we're waiting for James's account to update,
I'm going to stop holding my hand up for a second.
I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to each and every one of you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you putting up with us. I know that today's stream was a little bit slow, to say the least. I will work a little bit harder at having some projects to work on week to week. The problem is if I get into a project, then I don't pay attention to chat. But either way, we'll get a little something. We'll get a little something going. I'm sure James will have updates on Twitter as soon as that thing puts a number in on his little screen. But
the only thing I can think of, I did change one small thing, and I got to figure out where it is. The channel ID, I changed it to PNP Retrospective. It was originally the actual that generic ID that they usually give you until you can get your own.
Yeah, which is, I think that's what you're supposed to use, because even when you go to somebody's channel, it takes you to that hash.
I am re-uploading the code one more time.
Okay. And while James is uploading that code, I will tell you that he has a new video coming out this Thursday.
On Print and Play Retrospective.
On Print and Play Retrospective.
And then,
so that particular sponsor that you and I were both dealing with, that I haven't done anything for, they're still reaching out to me asking me if I'm going to make the video.
Oh, is that the one that I have done some work with?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like I haven't even responded back to him because I don't know. I just don't have any interest in that project right now, even though it would be a good opportunity to do it.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll work on that next week. It's been so long since I've done any of that stuff that I'm not even sure where to start. But whatever. So anyway, how close are you?
Pretty close. It's rerunning now, so
I'm really hungry. I really need to eat. I've only eaten once today, and for a diabetic, that's not good.
you gotta take care of yourself, bud.
Uncle Ron said, any video shot for the garage? Yes. Hours and hours and hours of it. Now we just got to turn it into something worth watching.
Just waiting for it to refresh.
Good night, folks. Oh. Oh, and the other good part about swapping all Zach's furniture too is I recovered my light for the FK1 because I gave it to him to be his Lego table light, and now I got it back. Our view count went up as soon as I told everybody we were done.
Okay, it's connected. It's pulling. Give it one refresh. Just waiting for it to refresh.
The suspense is killing us.
And I am a hungry, hungry hippo, so I would like to be upstairs eating. This is just really annoying. Come on. There, finally. Is it focusing? I can't see the screen right now.
No, it's not. Oh, there. Yep. It's just so small. It focused just for one split second.
There we go.
155. No, it's not focus.
Come on. Why you do this to me? There.
Perfect.
There, everybody saw it. It says 155. Everybody's happy now.
There it is.
Alrighty. Well, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Oh, wait, that's not our sign off.
Oh, and if your hands ain't dirty, you ain't fixing it. So, thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you next week. As always.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for sticking around for the number 155 to show up.
Now everybody go make that number bigger. And as always, until next time, friend on.
Right on.